And welcome to On the Fringe. Inside the Rochester Fringe Festival, 13 Wham takes you on the Fringe every year at this time, helping you curate your own schedule of Fringe performances. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. This year marks the 13th year for the Fringe in Rochester. Performances start this Tuesday, September 10th, and run through Saturday the 21st. This year's Fringe will feature more than 250 productions, adding up to about 640 performances in the city. For the uninitiated, the 12-day nonprofit event has comedy, music, dance, theater, children's entertainment, and frankly, a few shows that are hard to classify. Nearly 2,000 performers, creators, and volunteers will stage hundreds of shows at more than 30 venues. Erica Fee is the founding festival producer and CEO. She based the Rochester Fringe on the model of the original in Edinburgh, Scotland. So while there are the major events she and her team will bring to town that we'll tell you about tonight, at the same time, surrounding venues curate their own shows.
I always thought personally that this would be a great environment for a Fringe festival. There are about 250 in the world, but I knew that we have a very rich arts and cultural community here.
The centerpiece of the Fringe every year is the Spiegeltent, set up across from the Eastman Theater at Main and Gibbs Street. Crews are working now to get things ready for its debut next week. A Spiegeltent is like a traveling music hall with inlaid floors and stained glass windows, and is an attraction in and of itself. Inside the Spiegeltent every night, the long-awaited return of Cirque du Fringe. Festival favorites and Las Vegas legends Matt and Heidi Morgan have a brand new world premiere show for the Fringe called Cirque du Fringe Variete.
I zoomed with Matt while he was in Las Vegas to talk about Cirque du Fringe and a returning favorite, Shakespeare. Talk to us, Matt Morgan.
Yeah.
Welcome back. What is this, year number 9 for you?
Yeah, I think so. We started in 2015. There's a black hole in the middle of all of that that we all are, I'm sure, aware of. But yeah, I think 9 years.
Talk to me, because this year we're getting Cirque du Fringe and we're getting Shakespeare. Both of those shows, in some version, some form, have made it to stages in Rochester at the Fringe Festival in the past.
Yes.
Talk to me about the evolution of those shows and how every year you manage to present something all new, but still with the same vibe, the same tone.
Yeah, I keep waiting for 1 year for the shoe to drop and it just to not be there. So we'll see. Maybe that's this year. I don't know. But it's I mean, as an artist, having the ability to just, I mean, Erica Fee gives us a lot of rope to hang ourselves with, as we would say. And having that much freedom is like such a gift. So rarely does it happen like that, where somebody trusts you to just say, you know, whatever you're going to do, I'm sure it's going to be great. So it's a challenge and it's inspiring. And I find myself, if I do the same thing for more than 2 weeks, I get bored, especially in the performing arts. So it's a great challenge for me to be able to just, and it's a gift to be able to just let the mind wander and listen to music and inspire and try to find wherever that kernel of a concept is, and then just try to let it explode. It's a really great opportunity and a great challenge and an honor to be that person that gets to do that. And that's, you know, for the Cirque du Fringe, every year we bring something new and we kind of go like, well, maybe we could bring this or do that again. Or I was kind of like, no, let's try not to do that. Let's try to find the new thread for the year.
Do you give yourself total creative license or creative freedom to do whatever, try whatever, and see what lands, see what sticks to the page?
I would say there's no boundaries. We often will just say yes to everything, and we won't put any boundaries on anything in the early stages of the process, just to see how far it can go, or conceptually, because some idea is going to lead to another idea. An outrageous costume is going to lead to an entirely different concept. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, that costume, that's a great character, and it would be fun to explore that more. Well, let's make that the show instead of a bit in this other show. So it's wide open. You know, when Heidi and I talk, because, you know, we do all of this together, you know, whether I have the kernel or she has the kernel. And I'm great at these big pictures and sort of these overarching larger concepts. And Heidi's really great at writing dialogue and jokes and things. So we complement each other in that way. So it's just yes to everything. And then, as we say in our world, it's always easier to pull back. It's always easier to put more clothes on than it is to take off more clothes. So we kind of will go, and then we'll say, okay, great, I'll wear my underwear for that bit, or whatever the thing might be. So we're just wide open. We try to stay wide open as long as we possibly can.
What's the elevator pitch for Shot Spear and Cirque du Fringe?
Shot Spear is the most engaging theatrical experience you'll ever have. If you bring a date, we guarantee you'll get to first base. And for Cirque du Fringe, it is circus arts in your living room. So we like to think that our house is your house, and you're going to have a wonderful time, and you're going to see something you've never seen before, and you're going to see circus artists from around the world, literally, doing things that not many people can do. And also Heidi and I will be there, and we can sometimes be funny. So come on out. You'll have a great time.
Next to Matt and the Spiegeltent, every year lies the Spiegel Garden at one fringe place. And this year, the Spiegel Garden hosts Daedalum by Architects of Air, a giant inflatable luminarium.
Yeah, its founder and designer, Alan Parkinson, joined us from the French Alps. Tell everybody a little bit about what your performance and exhibit actually is.
Our exhibit is a large-scale inflatable labyrinth that is designed for people to lose themselves inside and to have an encounter with the phenomena of light and color.
And how do they? We're getting a look at some of that experience. I'm wondering if you can kind of describe it a little bit more to us. How does it all work?
Well, it is inflated.
Okay.
It covers a ground area of around about 10,000 square feet. It's a mixture of domes, and there you can see a column, and it's normally natural light that passes through the translucent elements of the plastic, so a bit like, say, the glass in a church's stained glass windows. And yes, it's an experiment in different forms of architecture to frame this experience of light and color.
And ultimately, what will people gain from exploring the inside of that? Is it supposed to make people reflect on something or you know, mull something over?
I mean, it's great that you suggest that. I mean, because for me, it is a reflective experience, but not for everyone. And children tend to be not so prone to reflection. It's a great place for adults to go to, but it's also a great place for a kind of multi-generational experience, because it's something quite fresh that probably the adults and the children have not experienced before, and it's a good way for families to experience something together.
Based on some of those images in the video from the interior of those inflatables, it looks like it would be a hot spot for selfies. People in there creating social media posts. Have you found that?
Well, yes. It's a different yes, people will want to go inside because it's Instagrammable and that's okay, and the public are very welcome to take photos, but sometimes, you know, when you're more concerned about your social image, you're not really experiencing maybe the best of what's in front of you.
That is so true.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering, first of all, how big this exhibit is, and second of all, what your favorite section of it is.
Well, of this particular structure, there's one element that is really quite kind of complex, and which we probably won't repeat again because it was very tricky to do. And it's a tree-like structure with multiple kind of branches that reach up. And then that element that you just saw then, that is of a green ceiling to the biggest dome of the structure. That's something which I like because of its kind of ambiguity. The way that I did the forms, it was to be a bit like almost like birds swarming towards a kind of like a celestial sun.
Wow.
But it's also very much like the actual architecture of the Pantheon, the Roman structure in the center of Rome.
More than 3 million visitors and over 40 countries have been enjoying Allen's masterpiece since 1992.
Yeah, it will be at the Spiegelgarten throughout Fringe. You do need advance tickets. You can get them at rochesterfringe.com. Another amazing spectacle will happen nightly down the street from the Spiegeltent at the Third Presbyterian Church on Meg Street. Craig Walsh Monuments returns for a second year. It'll include images of 3 local residents nominated by the community and deserving of the recognition. This is what it looked like last year. The honorees' faces projected onto live trees. This year, you'll see Kat Sweeney, co-founder of the LGBTQ+ Together group, and Colbreth, who created a community gardens in the South Wedge, and Bruce Shawbrook, House of Guitars founder, being honored for his work in the community.
Let's take you now from some breathtaking views to some belly laughs. The Fringe this year is hosting Britain's favorite French comedian, Marcel Lucant, for 2 different shows. His stand-up show is a wine list, in which he serves up a unique wine with an H. That's a list of the audience's past woes and misdemeanors. It's kind of like a group therapy experience. The show is Saturday the 14th in the Spiegeltent.
And LeConte also has a kids show named one of the top 10 kids shows at Scotland's Fringe. It's called Les Enfants Terribles, a game show for awful children. Kids and adults will have the chance to basically throw each other under the bus, he tried to say, in this wild game show, which will crown the most awful child of the day. There are 5 shows through Fringe's weekend dates.
And, of course, Rochester's very excited about the Fringe's comedy headliner, Colin Jost, the award-winning host of Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live.
When we come back, a few tricks the Fringe has up its sleeve.
That's right. From an enigmatist to a mentalist, we talk to 2 artists making magic.
Join the ride.
Welcome back to On the Fringe, as 13 Wham highlights some of the main attractions at the Rochester Fringe Festival this year. Part of its magic comes from, well, magic.
Yeah, we'll introduce you to 2 performers in that vein tonight, including a Brighton native who now calls himself an enigmatist. I asked David Kwong just what that means.
Well, it's a word I made up. You've heard of a mentalist, a hypnotist. An enigmatist is someone who performs puzzles, and that's a word I came up with to describe my crazy career of combining my worlds of magic and I'm a New York Times crossword puzzle constructor. I'm a puzzle maker. So magic and puzzles, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense then. But now the question has evolved into what can people expect, magic and puzzles?
You're going to get both of those. I've basically taken the world's nerdiest hobbies and combined them right into one show. I don't pretend to have any superpowers. I'm not the kind of magician that pretends that it's all real. So I acknowledge that everything's a puzzle for you to figure out. And it's a very brainy, nerdy, cerebral show. It's fun for the whole family. Come on out with your smart kids. See if you can crack the code, unlock the puzzle.
Is it interactive, audience participation? Are people yelling and shouting out answers to try and help you?
That's absolutely right. Yes. There's a box on stage with a lock on it. And I tell the whole audience, you are all going to figure out the combination to that box. And I put puzzles up on the screen throughout the show. And your job is to answer those puzzles. Raise your hands, stand up. It's very interactive and fun.
Are you a fan of those places, those puzzle rooms? I forget what they're called. Yeah. The name slips
escape
my
rooms.
mind.
Yeah.
Yes, escape rooms. You're a fan of those.
I am. This has a similar DNA. It's kind of like Escape Room meets Magic Show. It's getting you to think outside the box and stretch your brain. And ultimately, this show is about everybody feeling smart. I love it. It's so fun.
Okay, so let's talk about coming to the Fringe Festival. Because you're originally from Rochester, you just don't currently live here. What is it like coming to the Fringe Festival for the first time and it being in your hometown, and you're likely going to know many people in the audience? What is that feeling going to be like for you?
I cannot wait. It's very special. There's nothing more important to me than having people see me, people that know where I came from. And I'm from the town of Brighton, and there are going to be people there that saw me doing card tricks in the cafeteria by myself in the corner. No, it's always been fun. It's been a passionate hobby my whole life. And there are going to be, I'm sure, old colleagues and students and old teachers that had me when I was doing magic in the classroom instead of paying attention.
And from an enigmatist to a mentalist, we also had a chance to talk to a returning Fringe performer. He's known simply as Banachek.
Now, the show that I'm bringing to Rochester Fringe is a show that I performed in Las Vegas here for the last 3 years. I just closed it in March after 637 shows. So now I'm touring with it, taking it on the road, and Rochester will be one of the first theaters that I'll be performing it in.
When you talk about mind games, what exactly does that look like? Is it, pick a card, let me guess the card?
All right, so I'm a little bit different. If I said pick a card, I'm not going to give you a deck of cards. I'm simply going to ask you to pick a card in your head, get it in your head. And then I might look, in fact, I open my show with something like this. I'll then look at their body language. If the man's hands are in his pockets, possibly could be a black card, depending on the circumstances. Till I wheedled it down until I've got the exact card that they have. That'll be the first 4 cards that I actually get, where people have just thought of these things. It's an audience participation show. There's a kaleidoscope of thoughts and ideas out there. And in Rochester, I'm going to play Russian roulette with knives. That means that there's going to be 5 knives. 3 of them are closed. 2 of them are extended. They're sealed in identical envelopes, mixed up. 5 people come up. You're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They each select a knife. They open up my prediction, and my prediction will say 2 and 4 have the dangerous knives, and the other people come over and they stab me in the stomach. Haven't died yet. Haven't got stabbed, but there's always a first time.
Okay, you saw it right there. Our jaws dropped already. And you can see Banachek's 3 shows this weekend at the JCC.
And the Enigmatist has 3 shows this weekend at the Spiegeltent. You can check out rochesterfringe.com for tickets. Our full interviews will both be on 13wham.com.
And when we come back, a Rochester institution playing a big part at the Fringe. How you can get up close and personal with Garth Fagan Dance. The Fringe will see performers come from all over the world. But we are happy to say a Rochester institution will also play a big part.
Yes, that will be Garth Fagan Dance. You can get up close and personal with Garth Fagan Dance several times throughout.
President Natalie Rogers-Cropper and artistic director PJ Pennywell got up close and personal with us on Good Day Rochester.
We are a 54-year institution. We're one of the only touring organizations, performing arts organizations in the region, and we're very, very excited about the fact that Garth has established himself as a leader in the dance community, and we're going to continue to keep his legacy going on for the next 54 years.
And you have so many talented individuals that come through the doors and then take to stages across the region to show their talent. It's truly incredible. What is it like for the 2 of you being able to work with these artists?
Oh, wow. Well, PJ mainly does that. But in the past, when we had a company and I was dancing still, what's invigorating is that God set up a system where you had to follow the main people and learn from them. The dancers that could do it better, you had to learn from them. So he sort of set up a system where it was that procedure just made us so much stronger, because no one was telling you this is what you do and this is what you do. You had to learn it and take responsibility. So I love that, and that's still going on now. What's nice about the Fringe is that we often, because we're getting ready for a major New York City season, always, right after that, we usually showcase a little bit of new works. So the Fringe audiences will see works in progress, which is very rare. That's why we say up close and personal. We don't show works in progress. As a rule, we would like to show the finished product, but the Fringe is an opportunity for audiences to see what's coming, and then they finally see the finished product in our home season. That's kind of neat, and everyone seems to really enjoy that.
So we just thought, well, let's just give the audiences some feedback and just give them a little insight into, you know, the day-to-day workings, because it is a day-to-day working. Like you said, this is something that it's an 8-hour-a-day endeavor, and so people need to realize that.
From great dancers to some great music.
A few musical Fringe highlights to look forward to, including a special preview right here next.
And we're back with On the Fringe, a look ahead at the Fringe Festival starting up in just a few days.
It certainly is, and wherever you go during the festival, you'll be able to hear great music from all genres, from tribute bands to great originals. Your favorite music venue is likely hosting a Fringe concert. Check out rochesterfringe.com for a full list. One of the Fringe's most uplifting experiences is back for another year. Sunday the 15th is Gospel Sunday. Reverend Ricky Harvey of Mount Olivet Baptist Church will lead an afternoon of song with Rochester's best gospel artists.
And the breakdance competition, Street Beat, returns to help close out the festival. The contest at Martin Luther King Park is open to any crew of 3 people in any dance style. It's happening the afternoon of Saturday, September 21st. And with us now, one of the many original bands you'll be able to see at the Fringe Festival.
Certainly is. This is Starborn. Vocalist Shayna Pagan and singing partner Meredith Brady will be performing at the School of the Arts Thursday, September 19th. Their show, a tribute to legendary voices, combining music and spoken word. You can learn more about them and all of the artists at the Fringe at rochesterfringe.com.
It starts September 10th and wraps up on the 21st. We will see you on the Fringe. Good night.
You think you've got it figured out, the art of show and tell. Feeling what we want to see, you know it all so well. You realizing you play the part, you know we want to find the one that we've been waiting for, the one to blow our minds. You don't know me anymore. You're reckless, catastrophic, like a comet lights up the night. You leave the fire burning as you pass into daylight. When you're gone forever, or too long to keep us blind. Then the sky will fall in pieces from the mess you left behind. From the mess you left behind. Flowers will surrender to the darkness after sun. You fold and beg forgiveness when you finally find the one. And you have your